style, haters trying to take my 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 style.
You got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia. My blood keeps rushing with the fire blazing.
GSL Season 3 Codex.
Let
Are we wasting all our younger years, living up to the rules? Lately I've been thinking different, dear. Then you say, what's the use? Whoa, what should we do with this hopeless world? And I know we'll never fix it with empty words. Dystopia, you got my heart running with the times we're living in. Dystopia, my blood keeps rushing with the fire we blaze within.
GSL Season 3, Codex.
be something. You wanna keep your head. If I ain't your girlfriend, I won't let go of your hand. Disappointed, 'cause you never see me. I'm better than you think of you. You're not very simple, you. Hold me till the waist, baby, touch me on my skin, please love me. Let me be something that you never imagined. Hold me till the waist, baby, touch me on my skin, oh just love me. Something that you never imagined.
like this. Like this.
No, I like you, baby. No, I want you to take control of me. Alright, baby. Alright. No, I like you, baby. No, I want you to take control of me. Alright, baby. Alright,
Yeah.
Finals. Zest. Pure. 2021 GSL Season 3. Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
We are finally here. Season 3 of GSL CEST 2021 comes to a conclusion tonight. And what a finals with these two players that we have. I think both of these guys kind of unexpected arrivals here at the finals. Zest versus Cure.
Yeah, definitely not what we were thinking was going to happen when we saw that round of 8 bracket. But it is a pleasant surprise. They've both been playing out of their minds. Rogue has finally fallen in a best of 7. And I mean, Zest is setting records once again. Can't ever count this guy out, but Kira has been playing probably the best TVP that we've seen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, it's anyone's guess who's going to take it.
Interesting to see the predictions. 72% of fans have voted here for Zest. I guess that kind of makes sense. Zest has definitely had a little bit more of an impressive record here.
Well, Kier just got done beating Trap and Parting.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens, man. It's going to be a crazy match.
On the field to get some. On the real, we appear to get gone. Victory is ours. Bring the chip home. Galactic, and I'm looking to get more. Raise it up, seen but you don't know. Running like the blood, pumping from the pressure of adrenaline rush. We crush whatever we touch. Where you been, y'all? Everyone know. You know what I'm saying? And if you still don't get it, let it chill for a minute. Time is money. Trust me, man. I'm all business. And if you want something done, do yourself to get it finished. Wake up, victory's mine. On top, still on the grind. Gotta go get it right now. Holla at me with me. It's time. Take what we got, we gon' make it. Show the world that it's shining our greatness. Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Taking off, flying high like a spaceship. Take control, take a shot, what you waiting for? Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it.
We're finally here. We're going to bring out our two players. The first player at the forefront of Protoss at the start of Legacy of the Void, the innovator of Adepts, the master of timing attacks.
It is none other than Zest. This guy has all the records, the most GSL finals as a Protoss, tied with MC for the most wins as a Protoss. Might be the first one here tonight to get that coveted third GSL CEST victory. He is a complete monster and going to the military soon. This might be his last tournament.
Here he comes now. Again, he was not at the very top of everything for a little while here. It's a bit of a surprise that he's managed to get this far, but he said he's really feeling this new motivation. We're going to see how he can perform here. Again, it was quite an upset that he managed to beat Rogue, so let's see what he's got. But he is going to be going up against another unlikely player here in the final. A member formerly of the Team Jin Air, but oftentimes completely and totally overshadowed by his teammates.
Oh, 100% the case. Cure is someone who has been in the shadow of Maru for years and years and years. They were on Jin Air together. He was basically just overshadowed by everyone else. Rogue, Trap, Maru, and all that. The Four Horsemen of Terran always stronger than him. He started to make his way to the forefront, getting that finals against TY. Then he fell back down. He still doesn't have that big championship, but Kira is looking like he's finally ready to take one home.
He's here to write a new page in the history books and be identified as the very, very best of all Terran players in the world. But he's got one more hurdle to overcome here with Zest. Kira has been wildly inconsistent, even in this year alone, but in this season he has absolutely performed amazingly.
He really has, and I think that this is such a hard one to call between these two. I'm sure everyone kind of has a gut feeling going one way or the other, but this one's going to be a surprise no matter what happens.
It's going to be a really fun finals, and to have these two unusual individuals here duking it out really does bring a lot of novelty. I think that even though the fans have really voted for Zest to be the favorite here, I think it really is a very hard finals to call. We're going to be going now to an interview with our two players. Andy will be translating. Let's see how they're feeling before we get this final started.
And now the two players will clash to take the last season's GSL victory. Right, Zest, you first. Zest, this is the finals in a long time. Yes, that's right. This is the finals in 3 years. It's been a long time, so today I'll try to win the finals and obtain my GSL victory.
관문에 들어갔다. 관을 뚫고 부활하다가
And every time you're so close to winning the GSL, and then you fall down, then you stand up, you fall down, you stand up, and it has been a repetition of that. And in order to become the best pro, you're gonna have to win the GSL finals today. And your opponent is Cure, and Cure, since his debut, has not been able to lift the GSL trophy. So what do you think, Zest?
예상을 1도 못했고.
Well, I did not expect Cure to be here on this very stage with me.
성주랑 성호가 있었어가지고.
And on the other bracket, there was Maru as well. So this was very unexpected. And also Trap on the other bracket as well.
1도 못했다는 얘기는 제로 빵이다.
And Zest, that means you're gonna win today 4-0.
주성욱 선수가 결승 무대에 트로피를 들어올릴 확률은 100%.
So Zest, are you saying that your chance of lifting the GSL trophy today is 100%?
퍼센트는 넘어.
Yes, that's right. It's probably above 80%.
김도욱 선수의 얘기를 나눠보도록
Alright,
하겠습니다.
Cure.
인터뷰를 하는데요.
We just had an interview with Zest.
주성욱 선수가
And Zest, being a GSL champion,
그리고 쟁쟁한 선수들이 많았기 때문에
he has just mentioned that he did not expect you to come here onto the final stage. But Cure, in this season, you have defeated all the tricky opponents. You have defeated Maru, you defeated Trap to make it here to the final stage. So Zest, so Cure, what do you think about Zest?
성욱이 형이 병렬 이기고 올라올 줄은
Well,
몰랐고.
likewise, I did not expect Zest to defeat Rogue to move here.
테란전 잘하는 선수들은 다 이기고 올라왔고.
And coming here, I defeated all the good PVT players. So compared to those players, I think Zest falls behind.
오늘은 자신 있어요.
So today, I'm full of confidence.
사실상 원희삭과 주성욱 원희삭입니까?
So Cure, for PVT, who do you think is better, Parting or Zest? I think Parting's better. I think Parting's more tricky. Then what about Trev and Zest, Cure?
성호가 훨씬 많이.
Trev is definitely a lot more trickier than Zest. So since you defeated both players, do you think you're gonna win today?
한 70%는.
I think I can win maybe a 70% chance. And Cure, you've always been very strong in the online matches. But in an offline match, you have not been able to show good performance. But Cure, if you become the runner-up today, in the future you may come runner-up many, many times. It could become 4 times, 5 times, 6 times runner-up. So this jinx will have to be broken today. So how are you going to break it?
끝나고 시간을 최대한 활용해서.
So after round 4, I practiced a lot.
할수 있는 프로토스 선수들이랑 준비를 열심히.
And I scrambled with a lot of the Protoss players.
오늘은 좀 자신이.
So today I am confident.
거의 자신 자체가 아예 없는 표정인데요.
So Cure, it seems like you have no confidence to lose today.
오늘 우승 확정이라 생각하세요?
So do you think you're going to win?
저는 진짜 최선을 다했고.
Yes, I've tried my best in practice.
운명에 맡겨야 되고.
And now I'm going to just leave it to fate.
원희삭 조성호보다
Parting, Trap. Cure just mentioned that you're below them. And Cure looks like he's won already. Look at his face. What do you think, Zest?
제가 성호랑 그 이사기를 디스하는 건 아닌데.
I'm not dissing
경기를 봤는데.
Trap or Parting. I saw their match. But I think they played really poorly against Cure.
실수를 너무 많이 하고.
They made a lot of mistakes.
미스를 너무 많이 해가지고.
And their decision making was overall not good.
선수들도 직접 느끼고 있을 거예요. 네.
And I'm sure the players themselves know what they did wrong in the match against Cure.
못해서 어쩔 수 없이 김동 선수
So Zest, you're saying that it wasn't Cure who did good, it was the players who did bad.
그 실수들 또 이제 거울 삼아서 절대 안 할 준비가 끝났습니까? 어떠세요?
So Zest, are you ready to defeat Cure today?
저는 그 8강전 때부터 이미 그 기량을 확 끌어올렸다고
I mean, in the round of 8, I know that my form was regained,
왼쪽 가슴 위에 우승자 배지
and I'm already ready to put on my third GSL badge on my jacket.
30대 우승자가 되는 겁니다.
That's right, Zest. If you win today, you will be a champion in his 30s. And apart from Nasty, no player has been able to achieve that since 2011.
자신감이 있는 거예요.
So
오늘 무조건 우승 트로피 들어갑니까?
So do you have perfect confidence today, Zest?
제가 우승하면 그
Yes, that's right.
이재덕 선수보다 더 최연장.
If I win today,
걸로 알고 있어요.
it'll be even greater than Nasty achievement because I'm older than Nasty back then.
서 있는 김동 선수에게 한 말씀
So
해주시죠.
before we start the match, Zest, anything you want to say to Cure?
우리가 그 8강 때부터 열심히 준비해서 여기까지 올라왔는데.
I know Cure's practiced a lot since the round of 8
다음 시즌
to come here.
이겼으면 좋겠어요.
I hope he has good luck next season.
더 잘하면 좋겠다는 말씀해 주셨거든요. 자 그렇다면요.
Alright, then Cure.
두 명의 프로토스는 못했기 때문에
Zest has mentioned that the two pros he defeated played really bad in the match against Cure.
한 말씀해 주시죠.
So what do you want to say before you start?
실수를 많이 했다고 했는데 오늘
Well, Zest,
실수 안 할
you just mentioned that Parting and Trev made a lot of mistakes, but I'm curious as to if you wouldn't make any mistakes today in my match. Let's have an exciting match.
자신감 하나 찌르고 있습니다.
And the two players' confidence are
랭킹 2위를 잡아내고
just
결승무대 올라온 두 선수.
so high up in the sky.
어떤 결과가 기다리고 있을지.
So which player will win the last season's finals of the GSL? We'll kick it up now.
로그 이병렬 역전을 잡아내고 우승을 차지합니다.
There it is. Cyril is the champion.
명예를 향한 선수가 실전에서 보여주고 있었던 그 압도적 결국 우승하게 되면서 전후에 비해 선수들 여러 차례 바로 또 해야죠. 이거는 조합 다시 한번 깼어요. 지제 완벽하게 달라진 김동 선수는
Intel Extreme Masters champion. Going to be your Intel Extreme Masters 2021.
확실히 나이가 드니까 시간이 너무 빠르게 지나가서 3년이나 걸린 일은 진짜 상상도 못했는데 너무 오래된 것 같아요.
Flood of Wings, GG, and our 2018 Intel Extreme Masters champion.
근데 아무래도 병렬이가 출전제 한 번도 진 적도 없기도 하고 제일 잘하는 저그기도 하고 게임 내적으로도 많이 고비가 있었던 것 같아요.
프로토스 인구수 안 줄어요. 안 줄어요. 시즌 마지막 시즌에
실전제 무패 기록은 진짜 말도 안 된다고 생각하기 때문에 오늘 시작전에도 제가 그 기록 깬다고 했는데 제 손으로 깨서 너무 기쁜 것 같아요. 작년이 제일 많이 했기 때문에 프로토스 유저로서 그 부분에 대해서는 자부심이 있는 것 같아요. 예전에 노력을 하나를 했다면 나이 이제 30 되고 나서는 노력을 할 5번은 해야 똑같은 그런 효과가 나오는 것 같아가지고 확실히 더 많은 노력이 필요했던 것 같아요.
그때 당하고 너무 창피하고 집에 빨리 가고 싶었어요. 그리고 커뮤니티도 아예 끊고 스타투에 관련된 걸 다 좀 쉬려고 했던 것 같아요. 지고.
들어왔어요. 아 근데 경력 막 한둘씩 쫙쫙 소환되죠. 너무 커. 이거 확실히.
한 달 정도 가다가 다음 시즌은 잘하겠지 했는데 계속 못 하더라고요. 그게 은근히 오래 가가지고 요번에 많이 절실해진 것 같아요.
여기 또 있거든요. 신경수가 있거든요. 공허다 잡고 연결체 깨고니 1분 좀 싹쓸이해야 되는데요. 김도욱의
크게 신경은 안 쓰려고 했는데 기분이 나쁘긴 했어요. 왜냐면 오프라인에서 못 한다는 거니까. 그래서 오프라인에서 보여주고 싶은 마음도 좀 더 많이 생겼던 것 같아요.
않겠다는 그 각오를 보여주고 있습니다. 해야 되는지 1년 4개월 만에 조정선을 잡아내면서 결승 진출.
사실은 연습 준비하면서 이틀 연속으로 성우한테 지는 꿈을 꿨어요. 4대 0으로 2번 졌었는데 일어나니까 기분이 너무 안 좋더라고요. 근데 꿈인 거 알고 아 다행이다 그거를 이틀 동안 하니까 열심히 할 수밖에 없더라고요. 근데 저는 솔직히 말하면 이삭이랑 성우랑 성욱이 형이랑 셋이서 이렇게 놓으면은 성욱이 형이 테란전 제일 좀 그래도 편하거든요. 그래서 말이 마지막 숙제지 좀 편하게 할 수 있을 것 같아요.
조합에서 차이가 좀 많이 나죠. 계속 맞는 거 외에는 할 수 있는 게 없습니다. 이 정도로 독했나요? 와, 각오를 보여주고 있습니다.
너 어떻게 왔냐?
형이 결승에 올라가 있어서 죽자 살자 올라왔어요.
그때 형이 연습 도와줬을 때 솔직히 너무 못해서 질 줄 알았어 형.
이번에 사람들이 그러는데 성주랑 태양이랑 합친 게 저 같다고 하더라고요.
그걸 형이 다시 이제 분리시켜 줄 때가 된 것 같아.
현실에선 그럴 수 있을지 모르겠지만 게임은 안 돼요.
근데 형은 군대 가기 전 우승이 목표여가지고 어쩔 수가 없다.
형 그래도 이번엔 제가 우승 한 번은 해봐야 되지 않을까요?
그거는 너가 못했기 때문에 그런 거니까 그 전에 좀 잘하지 그랬어.
형도 좀 잘하시지 그랬어요 성주랑 할 때.
뭐 테란은 솔직히 성주 아니면 테란 같은 느낌도 없어가지고 열심히 준비 잘 해봐.
저도 형을 토스로 생각을 안 하고 있어서 저는 토스를 인정 안 해요.
결승에서 벌써 그 너의 벌벌 떠는 그 플레이에 그게 보여가지고 형이 우승할 것 같아.
저번 결승은 사실 좀 많이 긴장했는데 이번에는 뭐 떨 필요도 없을 것 같은데요.
좀 오래 걸렸지만 제가 2회 우승할 때부터 혼자 3회 우승을 해서 프로토스 최초로 그 기록을 달성하고 싶었는데 너무 오래 걸렸던 것 같아요. 근데 꼭 이번에 우승을 해서 제 이름을 제일 위에다가 올려놓고 싶어요.
저는 지금부터라도 꼭 게이머 생활하면서 좋은 기억을 만들고 싶어요. 그래서 이번에 너무 절실하고 우승하고 싶어요. 2년 만에 결승 올라왔는데 이번에 결승이 끝나고 우승자 김도구로 변화하겠습니다.
All right, it's time to get this final started. Again, I have no idea who's going to take this. I think maybe Zest, but the Cure absolutely could take this whole thing.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting interview. Zest says 80% chance he's going to take it. Cure says 70% chance he's going to take it. I would say 150% chance we're going to have a good time, too.
Again, to see Rogue lose a best of 7 here, and then to watch Cure actually manage to defeat Trap, it's been a pretty insane ride to get this far. I mean, when you consider the fact that so many of our GSLs have basically revolved around Rogue, Trap, and Maru.
Yeah.
To have none of those players here and to absolutely see that they have been overcome by the two guys that are here today, this is really exciting. This is a new chapter here for StarCraft 2.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy when you look at it, right? The last 11... Wait, it's 6 plus 5. Yeah, the last 11 GSLs were won by 4 players.
Yeah.
And none of them were Protoss, by the way. And
Protosses do not win GSLs.
No, they have
not
by
in this
far
era,
the
for
worst
sure.
record. Well, no, just in all eras. It's like MC and Zest are the only guys with 2.
Right.
And MC obviously is not coming back to GSL anymore. So it's really up to Zest to get that 4th championship. As he was mentioning, he's like older than ST at this point. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. But here, actually what Caster Park said, normally when he says this hocus pocus stuff about like curses and stuff, where it's like, well, you gotta win or you're gonna, you're just gonna be a second place guy. You know? Actually, that's like such a real thing out here. Like people who get second place twice, they normally don't end up winning a championship, right?
Yeah.
That's like when Sue's brain broke, and we've seen it with so many players that it's just like they have such a hard time. And the only time a lot of these guys that get 2 second places to start, when they win, it's because they're against another guy that did the same thing.
Yeah.
So
it's
this
wild to
is
see
important for Kier.
the mental plaque that can build up from too many second places, from such build-up, from such a journey to get so far only to miss that final step to ultimately achieving the dream of anybody who's a competitive StarCraft 2 player to become a GSL champion. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Now, this is not Zest's first rodeo. He obviously was the talk of the town years back when he was basically regarded as the player at the forefront of the race Protoss. Kier is a little bit more of an interesting narrative, though. I mean, it's cool to see Zest on this redemption arc, but Kier has very much so been overshadowed by his peers. Being a player on Jin Air and being basically in the presence of the greatest StarCraft 2 players, not just in the region, but the world. He was obviously worthy to train with his teammates and compete there, but was never able to outshine them. And that's another funny thing that can happen. We talk about a lot of second places and what that does, but also when you are basically the lowest tier among your teammates, that does something as well. And so this is also, in some ways, his redemption story if he can pull it off here tonight as well.
Yeah, and you can see Kier's career is almost 10 years long at this point.
Right.
And he doesn't have a championship yet. So it's like, wow, this is such an important thing for him to finally get that monkey off of his back.
Yeah, well, I mean, to really get some closure, right? I mean, it's a funny thing when you really pour your life into competition. It can leave some weird lingering feelings if you never really achieved your goals, right? And so certainly Kier hungry to do that, and you never know if he can do this again. I mean, this can basically go one of two ways. Either Kier really succeeds and continues to deliver, or this is going to be a one-off.
Yeah. Well, looking at these records, that's pretty astounding. Zest, with his offline record, 91.7% win rate against Air, and oh my god, whereas Kier has 50% against Protoss.
But at the same time, look at who Kier managed to defeat to get this far.
Yeah.
I mean, the bodies...
Well, he's picking it up this season.
Yeah, this season he really seems to have reinvented his approach to it, and he seems to really be very much in control of the Protoss opponents, which is a bit of a role reversal from the way we've seen both races behave a lot of times in the matchup. So this is going to be a real eye-opener for how this plays out today, and especially with the two different styles. Let's not forget, Zest is really the timing attack player, the player that likes to set up something unusual, basically inject an engagement in the game when the other player is basically not going to be prepared. He's going to hit you when you're not ready. And the question is, can Kier anticipate that, or is Kier's playstyle going to be so much about controlling and trying to ride the Protoss out that maybe Zest isn't able to do that?
Yeah, it's really hard to say what these two are going to have prepped for each other today. Kier has shown two completely different styles going up against Parting and against Trap. Zest can be a killer in the matchup. We don't think of his supreme late game here, but he oftentimes finishes people in that mid game where Kier really showed a lot of strength.
Right.
I'm not sure what to expect. I think it's going to be a long series. I think it's going to be epic. it's certainly going to be better than all of our Rogue finals. So we at least have that going for us. Thank you, Zest.
Yeah. We're going to start this out on Blackburn. Again, a best of 7 to decide who will become the champion of the GSL Codex Season 3, Zest or Cure.
GSL Season 3, Codex.
Look at this. So funny. The miners pass each other on their way up to harass each other. I love it.
Let's see if he ends up actually using that. Okay, he is going to make a barracks down there. This time it's adjacent to his own main.
I think he may have changed where he was going to build it based on the probe coming out. So it's like far enough away that Zest's probe won't. Like if Zest sends out a secondary probe to find a proxy, he's not going to find that. It's too close over to Cure's base. So not really that dangerous to Zest. But fun to see this planning already coming into play.
Yeah, being spotted like that, you know, I'm curious what would have happened had the probe not come across and found what exactly Cure was planning here. The fact that this barracks is right next to the main means he may not even do anything proxy related. You can see the Reaper's actually geared to come up into the main again, so he's most likely going to land that before he adds any add-ons onto it. Land that in the main, I should say.
I think you're right about that. A full wall at the little jump-up location there by Zest, so the Reaper, even if it heads over that way, not really going to be that problematic.
It is going to be a double gas here. There doesn't appear to be any intentions of a quick command center yet, which of course means that the Terran really does have to try to get something out of the Protoss this time around. It's going to be up to Zest to defend and deflect before he can really build up to what his strategy is going to be and activate that. Meanwhile, it's very clear, not just to us, but to Zest as well, that Cure is trying to play an aggressive game. As the barracks flies back in to add the tech lab, basically Cure's hand so far has been shown.
Yeah, and obviously he's coming into this finals really very well prepared, no doubt, so he definitely has some sort of plan for, like, if the probe was here, if everything gets scouted so far. Be interesting to see where he wants to go from there. He's getting a tech lab, mine on the way, Stargate back at home for Zest, and there's the CC. Okay. So maybe just a starport after that. And the CC hidden back there, by the way. So you're not going to be able to scout that.
Yeah. And that's the one bit of information that he doesn't have yet, is when exactly is that going to go down. But, when you have two players playing the way they are here, the pressure is really on the Terran right now, who's so far one-basing to try to do something. Now, he's not completely committed to aggression because obviously he has a command center, so an expansion is going to be coming. But tempo-wise, as far as the economics of the game are concerned, Zest is in a very good spot.
Yeah, but Zest is playing a little bit defensively here, as you can see. He's making a Void Ray, so that is definitely a choice you'll make if you think that your opponent may be cheesing you. Of course, he doesn't really have any intel on what Cure is up to, but the Void Ray is not a unit that scales in this matchup really at all.
Yeah,
an early Void Ray can do very well defensively or as an all-in, but yeah, after that very early part of the game, it will just get gunned down.
Yeah, it's not a good unit to just go across the map and attack in any kind of ordinary game. You'd basically have to have a proxied Stargate right outside their entrance to try to burn through their defenses and basically tip the scale, win the game that way. But we'll see how much this impacts Zest as the game continues to blossom.
A third Void Ray.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw the first two, and I thought, okay, he's going to eventually go into Oracle and maybe start to scout, but that hasn't happened yet.
No.
And that's a pretty big investment to have 3 Void Rays. Now,
this is cool.
Keep in mind that this is a map where there's a lot of... oh, hold on. Is he going to get it? No, he just barely gets out of range. That would have been a huge deal if he had taken that out. This is a map where the main is very droppable, so, having those 3 Void Rays could probably stop anything like that that's coming in.
I'm sorry, did you say 3 Void Rays? Because he's making a fourth Void Ray.
This is funny. how many more is he going to make?
I don't know.
Now it doesn't seem like this is a reaction to try to defend, and as much as it is just what he wanted to do anyways.
That's a real possibility here. Like, maybe he just decided Void Ray, harassment is good here or something. But, I mean, with the Cyclone out, he's not getting any damage yet. He hasn't killed anything. He's got 4 Voids now, and that's got to be it. I mean, 5 Void Rays. You don't want, like, at some point you have to turn them off. They're not going to do that well. And as you can see, they're already really not doing that well.
Got to be careful. He loses 1. And he's just still going to be fighting. Again, he's going to lose his 2nd Void Ray. I don't get it, man. I don't know what the...
Look, I was getting excited there for a possible macro Void Ray build.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, no, they're great, man. They're just, it's like Phoenixes or something, but they also hit ground. Like, wow. But he's now lost a bunch of Voids. He's making another new one now. He does have some shield batteries coming up, charge him +1, but, I mean...
I don't get it, man.
His army definitely doesn't beat what we see on the screen.
Yeah, this is truly bizarre because, by the way, I think the decision-making here from Kier is spot on. I think this game might just end outright.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Tanks are going to siege up here. He can't hit the Nexus from here, but he can hit the ramp.
And he lost too many Void Rays. Like, if he had all of them right now, he could probably hold this, but getting a little bit too aggressive. The overcharge is definitely helping, but it's not enough. He's dead.
Yeah, game 1's going to go to Cure in a very questionable strategy this time around here from Zest. I think Cure, this wasn't the plan, was to kill the Void Rays and then attack, but, you know, he played off what happened, and he's going to take game 1. There's really no way out from here, as we have yet another Void Ray and Zealots with charge not yet done. Looks like that's about 10 seconds out, but is it even going to be enough with 3 siege tanks and about a dozen Marines?
Yeah, this is a lot of units coming up right now. That Void Ray coming around to the side, turning itself on, trying to get rid of this siege tank. Looks like he will pick it off, losing his shields. Charge lot's trying to come down, but there's just so few.
Yeah, this is over, man.
Yeah, even with that overcharge, going to be very, very tough. The overcharge really helping the Zell as it goes forward. Bunker finishes up. It's amazing what you can live through sometimes, but
yeah, overcharge is pretty good, man. Again, though, I don't think that there's going to be a way out. We do have the gold base being taken. That's north of this position. A 2nd bunker is being constructed. The problem is that with the static defense here, outside of the natural, it's pretty taxing on the Protoss to try to eliminate everything that's over here. And there's nothing that really wins in a ranged fight. I think he's going to try to take the Void Rays and actually park them in between the reinforcement point, which is it's a good way to play. But again, Stiff Marines are basically faster than Void Rays. I can't believe that one got away. And so he basically shoos it off, and now it's just going to be Zealots and Cannons over here. So maybe I called the game being over too quickly. I don't know if it's winnable, though, still for Zest.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like it should be. I mean, I guess he's still got some sort of economy going on, but it just seems like the tech is so much better for Kier. Yeah, he comes up here, he finds the probes, trying to get the gold.
It hurts even more when your Nexus is spotted right before it finishes, because you have all that time that was spent basically building it.
Yeah, waiting for it to finish up so you can actually mine from your probes. You're sitting there waiting.
Yeah, and then to know that you're probably not going to be able to get it, that hurts. It's funny, because he just keeps making Void Rays, Artosis.
Well, I think he doesn't have a lot of great options right now, so I'm cool with that. But I'm actually secretly hoping, Tasus, that he just screwed up. Yeah, he recalls out actually with those units, so that's really nice.
Oh, man.
But I'm hoping, Tasus, that he just kind of screwed up his opening and he actually has a macro Void Ray opener where he just utilizes them defensively. I think that would be a really cool development here today.
Looks like he sent those Zealots a little bit too soon. Now, the Void Rays and the Zealots on Archons can come down here and take this fight. And you can see now the Marines are going to become completely wiped out. Good save with that medevac. They can boost away from where the Void Rays are. But you can see another army is already here to meet this. And with great kiting, I just don't see how Zest can take this fight.
Yeah, he's super duper dead. Chi-Chi. Yeah, I mean, Zest held on for a long time, but he just took so much damage in the beginning. And Honestly, when I'm kind of going over in my head what that may have looked like if he hadn't thrown away like 4 Void Rays across the map, the push wouldn't have done anything to him, I don't think, right? Like, there are openers right now, and it's actually something that Zest mostly made, where it's like Phoenix charge law into a third base.
Yeah.
That was mostly his build. Everyone else was doing like Adept Phoenix, and he really messed around a lot. I was watching a ton of his stream back then, and he was like really messing with that build. And it's somewhat popular right now, but he may have altered it so that you can do it with Void Rays, which will bust certain types of armies a little bit more easily. I don't know. But I'm very excited for the series right now after that first game, even though it was kind of one-sided.
All right, guys, game 2 is ready to go. We're going to be on Oblivion right now here with a 1-0 lead.
Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Look at that barracks. Once again, adjacent to the main, to suggest to the opponent that there is a proxy inbound when there's not.
Yeah.
This is all clearly part of the plan here for Cure in this giant best-of-7 finals, right?
Yeah.
You can really see the prep coming in here. And that's interesting. I don't feel like we've casted very many best-of-7s where it's been multiple faked proxies, which is fun.
Well, that could make it really intelligent, right? Like, if you fake enough proxies, and then eventually, like, maybe you do a real proxy.
Yeah, and I know this is all kind of out there speculation, but I think you're totally onto something. Excuse me. I think you're totally onto something. Where, yeah, you fake this enough, and maybe, who knows, in game 5 of this series or something, bam, big proxy inbound, and it's going to break the Protoss's nose because he's not ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. You can prime your opponent, no doubt about that. It's like part of the mind games.
And this is something you could do more so in StarCraft 2, even than StarCraft 1, is really orchestrate builds and kind of connect them together in a series to deliver a surprise somewhere in there. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the Void Ray stuff from the last game, because he is getting a Stargate again, and who knows what this series is going to hold for us. We're still, in the very early stages of watching these two guys duke it out, but it seemed like what really went wrong for Zest back there was the engagement over Cure's base, where he dropped 2 Void Rays and I think had a third one that was bruised.
Yeah.
And that was really
like that,
where the game, as far as I'm concerned, started to end. Because then Cure unsieged, moved across the map, took out the third base, and began to hammer away at the ramp at the natural. So really it was a very small skirmish that had a real butterfly effect moment in the entire game. And brought us to where we were. Now, let's see if he goes Void Rays again, but I just want to say, I think had that engagement not gone like that, we would have had certainly a very different game and probably really had a cool opportunity to understand what Zest had in store for Cure.
The push doesn't kill his third if he doesn't waste all the Void Rays.
Right.
So that's a gigantic difference. By the way, this game, Cure is going up to Armory and Mine Drops.
Right.
And look at this, he has 2 barracks already. So this is like a very, very aggressive one-base build.
Right. Now, looking at this game, I do want to just point out, we're not going to have anything like that coming from the Protoss here, like the same kind of game. He's going for Phoenixes, and he's going for Adepts, which is a very Zest-like way to play the game.
Yeah. So Phoenix is being made. The Oracle comes in and will clear some of these Marines
He's gonna lose
out.
it.
Gets
He's gonna
some
lose
scouting. Oh, he's not going to lose that taste. This is the GSL Finals. This isn't the round of 8.
He's going to lose it. I can't believe that.
Oh,
As
man.
it turns out, Zest's weakness was that he was bad with air units.
Oh, no. Oh, no. That first mine gets a gigantic hit. Chases down and doesn't take any more damage than that. Okay, so,
man,
that was a very good hit, and he lost his Oracle, so that's going to be very annoying.
I don't normally say this in a finals, but it does seem like, I don't know if Zest is nervous or what's going on, but he's making mistakes with control that you just wouldn't expect even in round of 24 to GSL. Like when the Oracle comes in, you never lose the first Oracle, right? At the pro level, because that's something...
You're not supposed to, that's for sure.
It's one of the most practiced things that you do in the entire game, right?
Yeah.
I understand when a novice comes in and drops a unit because they don't have that wealth of experience. And once again, Cure just moves out. And I think Cure is just looking at the situation and saying, I've already got a lead. Let's start engaging. But how will he fare against these Adepts and Phoenixes? Maybe this is an overextension.
Well, I think he's... as the tank drops out and the SCVs come, he's got to get out. Yeah, very nice drop off there. He's chasing down these Adepts. The Shade is allowed to finish, which means there's very little at home.
Problem is that these Marines and SCVs are faster than these Adepts.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to set up shop right outside the ramp. Maybe even start making bunkers. I'm not totally sure what the plan is here. This is not an SCV pull where it's like you pulled the boys. This is like to repair and build material during the fight. So let's see exactly how this goes. He's hitting this pylon. There's a second pylon down here, actually a third even, to keep these batteries powered. Drops one battery immediately. The Phoenixes dive in. The Adepts coming from behind, but Adepts don't do that much damage to tanks. It takes a long time to kill a tank with Adepts.
Right now he's really focusing on picking off the higher tier units, and it looks like he will kill everything off here.
Oh no, this one tank is going to get scooped.
The Marines trying to cover it right now. More coming back. Really quite a micro battle going on. Will end up picking up that tank though. Nice targeting. Gets a free Phoenix out of him. That's it, GG. Okay, this is a very strange series so far. This is certainly not what I expected.
Yeah, I think a little bit too eager. They're Pure kind of feeling it almost too much with his great plays, kind of threw the game away in a sense. Like, you know, that was a very different moment to lose the Oracle and get a Widow Mine hit. We actually almost never see anybody attack after one Widow Mine hit, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah,
you need the Widow Mine, the Widow Mines to collect a lot of kills overall, and even then, a lot of times people don't attack outright. So I think Cure and Zest.
Normally, it's not a one-base attack follow-up.
Right. There's actually almost nothing in StarCraft 2 that's just a one-base attack follow-up from just a harass drop like that. But you can almost feel the tension here in the studio, to be honest, because both these guys want this so bad that we're having a lot of unusual games, a lot of mis-microing. Guys, quick break. We come back. The finals returns with Game 3.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 날을 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫6.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 칠성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 칠성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해? 퇴근하고? 오늘은 유셰프, 내일은 유러너, 주말엔 유목수. 그걸 다? 본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산, 캠핑?
그래서 주말엔 낚시?
내가 낚인 거지. 그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0.
디자인하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
핫식스 타임! 저는 이 핫식스로 선수들에게 응원을 보내보도록 하겠습니다. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어! 인생 직진 음료 핫식스!
새로운 친구가 나왔습니다. 핫식스 커피 럭키.
도저히 맛있네.
꽂혔다면 쏟아부어 인생 직진 음료 핫식스.
Now honestly I see all your promises for me. Used to think I had to earn them, then you brought them in for free. Now darkness is defeated by the freedom that you've given freely. So I freely receive all these things that you're feeling inside. All your time, giving you all of my life. 'Cause you are my miracle.
컨디션은 괜찮아요. 좋아하는 술을 좀 안 먹고 있어가지고 오랜만에 4강이라서 제가 열심히 준비했어요.
실전제 무패에서잖아요.
네. 좀 말이 안 된다 생각해요. 실전제 무패는 저는 용납이 안 돼요.
경렬이의 트로피 세레머니 보면서 어떤 생각이세요?
한번 따라해보고 싶었어요. 제가 만약에 우승하면 경렬이 코스프레 하는 것도 재밌을 것 같아가지고 이런 식으로 하더라고요. 경렬 따라잡기 한번 해볼게요.
마지막이 될 수도 있는 주성욱의 역시 선수가 없을 관객만 있으며 시제.
이번 어떤 거?
저는 준혁이한테 동기부여가 없었는데 좀 옛날만큼 단단함이 좀 부족하지 않나. 별로 못하는 것 같아요 요새. 그래서 이길 수 있을 것 같아요. 별로 못한다는 말은 처음 들어보는 것 같아가지고 오늘 이렇게 결승까지 왔는데 우승하면 밥이라도 하면서 해야 될 것 같아요.
일로 와봐, 너도 일로 와. 얘가 연습 도와준 사람 이름할 때 너 이름 빼놨거든?
아 진짜요?
옛날 팀원보다 현재 팀원을 사랑하는 것 같더라.
원래 노이가 그런 건 좀 있는 것 같아요. 성우랑 거의 마지막 날에 해가지고 기억이 잘 원래 마지막이 기억이 남죠. 만약에 제가 결승 올라가게 되면 또 토스전이니까. 근데 병렬이도 잘해서 그냥 반반이었어요. 누가 올라오고
누가 널 힘드니까.
네, 누가 힘들다고.
오케이 알았어. 파이팅.
불쪽 공격받고 있는 상황에서 빨리 와서 추적자가 프로토스를 어떻게 요리해야 되는지 완벽하게 달라진 김동욱 선수가 1년 4개월 주루를 잘하면서 결승 진출.
유명하게 알려진 그런
주성욱 선수가 도움이 올라오면 찢어주겠다고.
진짜요?
자기가 다 알려줘서 자기 덕분에 올라왔는데.
찢어진다고 하셨다고요? 이삭이랑 할 때는 도움 많이 받았는데 요번에는 많이 못 받았거든요. 성욱 형한테 도발을 하면은 뭔가 무서워가지고 못하겠고 빨리 게임을 해보고 싶어요. 너무 궁금해요. 어떤 게임이 나올지.
그 김도욱 선수가.
아 요번에는 도움 안 받았어요. 만약 결승에서 만나면 제 개념을 또 다 알려줘야 되니까 저만 빨아먹고 이제
그때 전 이미 4강을 확정 지은 상태여가지고 도욱이 도움이 필요 없었어요. 그래서 결승에서 만날 수 있는데 도욱이가 이겨서 도욱이랑 하면 더 좋기 때문에 도욱이가 이기길 바랬죠.
닉네임 큐어로 지은 이유가 있어요? 어렸을 때 지었는데 제가 이름이 원래 성수였어가지고 근데 성수였던 때가 뭔가 이름 운세가 있잖아요. 그게 훨씬 좋더라고요. 성수가 괜히 바꿨다 맨날.
갖고 싶은 별명이 있어요? 하트테라는 요거밖에 없죠.
군대 가기 직전에 저랑 게임 하셨는데 저 이기고 뭔가 좀 더 하는 느낌?
그렇다고 하더라고.
이젠 다른 쪽으로 치료해드려야지. 빨리 보내드려야지.
Finals. Zest. Pure. 2021 GSL Season 3. Codex. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
Guys, the drawings are awesome. We love them. There's some funny ones. There's some really artistic ones. There's some hype ones.
Yeah,
we
these
miss
are
you
great.
guys. We have not had an audience. How long has it been? I mean, I know we had that 2-week period where people came back in before COVID exploded again, but it's been how long? A year and a half? 2 years?
Yeah, a very, very long time. We didn't get any in 2020, so it's been 2 years since we've had an audience, a real audience for GSL.
Because we shut down the studio like immediately when COVID hit, right? If my memory serves me correctly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's going to be weird when you guys come back in here. This place is going to fill up. I'll be like, I can't do this. I can't do public speaking. Yeah, but hopefully we will be back on track by next year, guys.
Look at this one.
Go
a Stickman Kier. Go Kier.
Trick or Zest win. Well played.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. It's like trick or treat, but Zest win is the treat.
You should copyright that before somebody steals it and makes a bunch of money off of it.
Is that a Zest?
What? A Zestus?
Yeah.
Yes, that is. Look, there's Monkey Zest over there.
Oh no, that's him as like a Naruto character. This bad boy can. What did that say? Stop panning so much. Let's just.
I like the
look at him.
zombie Tastos is up here. Give us the cure. With his name written on there.
What? Zombies don't seek cures; they seek brains.
That's true.
So we definitely be going after the Terran player.
Cool drawing of us, but they decided to cut that out. There's what is that? The pink guys from Squid Game.
Oh damn! Look at us
there's
as
a
Chads
horse.
there.
What is the horse doing?
The horse has a GSL trophy on it, I think. I love the Chad picture.
When
of
I think
me tasteless.
GSL, I do think horses. You know, there's something so equestrian about GSL.
Yeah.
There's our studio lights. This is a great shot.
Yeah, look at that green. They can do all sorts of colors. Is that a picture of Nesty? It's just like randomly Nesty kissing a trophy.
Nesty versus Zest. I think
We should always have Nesty cheerfuls. That's,
I know.
Keep the dream alive.
So, guys, thank you for participating.
I will cure you.
Yes.
Like, wait, isn't that what you do to bacon? Like, what?
Guys, thank you so much for that. Again, We really hope we can actually open the studio up. If I had to guess, it'll probably be next year. We are literally in the phase where everybody out in Korea is getting the second vaccine. I know yours is around the corner. I got mine about
I think
6 days ago, something
next
like
week
that.
or the week after I get mine.
Mm-hmm. And supposedly the city's going to open back up, or things are going to begin to normalize next month. I mean, we'll see. You know, if the Omega variant comes out and the zombie version of COVID, the one that's eventually going to come, gets us. But hopefully we'll be back. We'll be open. You guys can come. It was always fun seeing the studio fill up with people, and you know, we'd have people that were working in Seoul that would come by regularly. We had tourists that would come in. Some of them fans of GSL. Some people just curious about esports, wanting to see an esporting event here live, as that is a big part of the culture out here. And what better event to come to than this one? But and it's been almost 2 years without an audience. So again, we appreciate the cheerfuls, guys. We can't wait to have you back in here. Now back to this finals that has been a scrappy one, to say the least. A lot of scuffles early on, a lot of missteps here.
Yeah.
We saw Cure get a little bit too ambitious there after the success.
They're doing weird stuff to each other.
Yeah. And game 3 is ready. Let's go.
Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
We were talking in the first 2 games about the hidden barracks that's actually next to the main base that basically was there to maybe generate a lot of ideas that he's going to fake, and then he'll do a sucker punch cheese build coming up here. But this time around, he's put the barracks here at the entrance.
And that's kind of interesting in and of itself, but I guess because it's Nautilus, you know, the 4-player map, it's harder to throw your opponent off because they might scout you so late. So it might just be a better map to just play it as a one-off, you know?
Sure.
But it doesn't seem like anything too risky or out of the ordinary as far as like a quick Nexus, but there's the double probe coming out, so not entirely sure what we're going to see with that.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Proxy down here.
That's interesting, right? Because he was scouting top left and then putting a proxy between the 2 bottom mains. So maybe if he's top left, it's like a Twilight, and if he's
DT
bottom
rush,
2,
yeah.
it's more likely a Stargate.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw that. He probably has 2 different cheeses, and basically once he scouts, he picks which branch in the decision tree to go down.
Well, 1-base Stargate is very, very fast.
Now, we have seen Void Rays used a lot in proxies, but usually that's at the Terran's entrance.
That's
true. Is this going to be an Oracle, perhaps, or is...
You could rally Void Rays from there and just make a second pylon if you do want to go for shield
that's
batteries.
true, actually. You could put it right where those minerals are in the top right.
It feels to me, though, like an Oracle. You know, the rally time does make a difference in a rush like the Void Ray rush. So anyways, we'll see that momentarily, but it does definitely look like an Oracle right now. Ooh, Void Ray.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Now, Void Ray is extremely good in proxies. You know, we were talking about this in game 1. I never noticed there's a man in that tube up there. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
There's like a bigger, taller
It
ghost
looks like
in
a
there.
ghost, yeah. It's like a
9-foot tall. It's like the mountain of ghosts. Like,
it's the Ghost Big and Tall clothing store. Are you a ghost, but you're the size of a marauder?
Like, well, don't worry. We've got ugly shoes and weird-looking button-up shirts you can wear.
Dude, that juke we just saw was great. The Reaper actually gets in, but in the meantime, Reactor being just destroyed right now by this Void Ray. Going to bring up the SCVs.
And keep in mind that all the add-ons point to the right here in StarCraft 2, and so this is actually a very strong build to use in these positions.
That's a very good point. Void Ray just sitting here. 2 more Marines will be popping out shortly, so he does back up a little bit.
The Adept to add that little extra iota of damage. That goes down, canceling one of the Marines.
Gonna pick off this SCV. This is not looking super hot for Cure right now. 2 Void Rays already out. Certainly has a Cyclone on the way, about halfway done.
Batteries coming down here as well.
Yeah, the supply block is going to be pretty big here. I like that turn to show us the mine. Oh, the mine hits! It barely lives.
Yeah, almost kills the Void Ray off.
That would have been a huge kill.
He needs to bail, yeah.
If he had dived onto the red one, that would have been so much better, just to get that secure
I'm surprised
kill.
he's still committing, but I guess the batteries are done now. He can heal this up. He's going to now target down the barracks, and its health is dropping already to 50%. And I don't know if he can get this away in time. I think it's just going to die outright. One SCD's not going to cut it. The barracks goes down. Now only 2 structures that can produce attacking units, the factory and the starport. And I think the next target's going to be this tech lab here.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. Can't really get that upgrade anymore. Does get the lock-ons. Ooh, pulls back.
4 Void Rays now. If Terran can't begin to sandbag the progress of this rush, this game's going to end with a Protoss victory. But these structures are certainly farther away from the batteries, but a probe comes up. He was going to put a pylon. It looks like that was hiccup for a second. And he's just going to continue to fill in this vacant area. Oh my God, that's not enough SCVs. That goes down now. And really the bunker was the one structure that was causing the everything to be... Oh no, he killed the probe, by the way. So no more batteries up here.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's... The pylon can still be used for war pits up here. But,
oh, good point, yeah.
But, you know, obviously, if you
want
could
the
get
probe
batteries
alive
up there, I guess that would be pretty darn good. Still warps in on that low ground, though.
Siege mode here. And a lot of these Stalkers just killed outright, and he does not get that one a Cyclone.
Yeah, that's kind of a big moment there for Cure, because Zest kind of wastes all of his Stalkers that he has out right now. It's not completely held, but that, you know, that really brings Cure a lot closer to holding it. Of course, if you do hold this, the game is pretty much yours.
Is he not making a 5th Void Ray?
Don't know.
I feel like you would want...
Oh, yeah,
he is. All right, I was going to say, I feel like you just want to keep making Void Rays in this moment.
I would imagine, yeah. This is not a Stalker rush.
Yeah,
this is a Void Ray
you're not
rush.
trying to expand behind this and play a macro game. I think things have become a little bit too quiet since those Stalkers are picked off. And, you know, the Siege Tank is really making it a lot more difficult to interact with the Terran in any kind of effective way.
Well, he actually is making a Phoenix, so that's definitely going to dive in there and pick something up, whether it's a Cyclone or the Siege Tank. Wouldn't be surprised if he does go for that Siege Tank there to keep the Stalkers alive, but picking up a Cyclone can be really powerful as well.
There is a Widow Mine. It's kind of hard to see, but there's one right there. He's going to absorb the mine shot, it looks like, and then pick this up. And he's going to target down.
Oh, the mine hit. Amazing.
Oh my
and
God.
Zest is going to die tasteless.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
GG. Whoa.
You can see Kier just put his hands on his face. He thought he was dead there. I think that Zest was just a bit too wasteful with the Stalkers the first time against the tank. And that really cost him the game.
That was sick. You could see Kier like,
well,
man.
That's probably the turning moment if Kier wins this, because that game was so easy to lose.
Yeah.
It is really difficult for Terrans to hold that rush.
It's not very often we have a game where you don't know who's going to win until the last second.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments. So Nautilus is past us now. We go to Lightshade for the next map, for map 4 here. Cure with a 2-1 lead here. Action-packed games, by the way. What are you laughing about? Why are you laughing while you're drinking your water?
I just thinking of you making fun of me earlier.
Oh, yeah. When I was roasting our toast pretty hard on a commercial break.
All right, Lightshade, map 4.
Lightshade, guys, let's go.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest.
Dude, that game was so important, and that really could have gone either way. What a hold.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
But it did feel like it was definitely a joint effort by the two for Cure to win that. Like, Zest screwed it up, and Cure was pretty clutch. So Zest, I think, like now that he's down 1-2 and lost that game where he had it opening very, very well, we gotta see a victory here on Lightshade.
I'm surprised Zest didn't win that game back there.
Me too.
It seems like, even though the Widow Mines are what saved Kier there, it was a very poor engagement when the tank came out.
Yeah, you can't lose 4 stalkers for nothing.
Because the first part that might help you save your ass is the Terran in that rush is when the Cyclone comes out. If you can pick off a Void Ray, but once he got up to 3 and then 4 Void Rays, there's no way the Cyclone's going to win that fight, especially when the batteries are done. But the next part the Terran might save themselves is when the Siege Tank comes out, because at least then you can't combo the air units with ground units because the ground units are going to eat too much damage, and that was really where he mismanaged it. I think there was still a shot, but when that Widow Mine connected on those Void Rays,
yeah, that was
good night.
That was the kill right there. As long as you still have the Void Rays, there's still a chance.
So he's going to do the concussive shell push here with the barracks. Now the barracks is pretty far away. The closer the barracks is, the better in this rush, but you know, you got to hedge your bets here for, you know, are they going to see it or not. Now this rush, the first part of the rush is the most important moment. Does the Marauder not just get 1 stalker but 2?
Yeah.
Because by the time you get the second stalker, this build works like quicksand. And you know, you get the first few units and basically the game's lost.
It works like an avalanche in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think my quicksand example was better, but yeah.
If you wiggle too much, you go under. Like how did?
Yes.
Yeah, if you wiggle too much against the Marauders, you fall under the sand.
That's exactly right.
Do you die of suffocation with quicksand? That's it, right? Like sand goes into your lungs, but sand isn't air.
Yeah, that's very true. A profound point. Sand is not air.
Yeah.
You basically get sucked under and then you suffocate. Like, actually, there's monsters down there. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's crazy.
You don't know anything about quicksand.
Sand snakes.
There's sand snakes down there that eat you.
That's why Indiana Jones hates quicksand. All right, so three coming out. He does already have the battery because his probe was alive in the main. He knows, like, no Reaper came or anything, so he knew something was coming. Great micro. I mean, he has the battery
rush is
as
over
well.
Now, right?
Yeah, but there's a tech building behind. This isn't, like, as heavily all in as some of the times that we see this move. Wants that hit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pulls back. Ooh, blocks the Hellion as well. Poor Cure.
Yeah. I don't know what's more impressive, how Zest has held this rush, or how you asked if that's how quicksand kills you, suffocation. I'm like, no, the sand does damage to you. It's
yeah, I thought so, yeah. It's a ground attack, right?
Yeah,
like in Pokemon?
Okay, he gets those 2 stalkers, but again, the wind has been taken out of the sails of the rush. And this has pretty much fallen flat on its face.
Okay, so hold on. So far, like, the player that's rushing is losing the games, right?
So far, yeah. Every rush is
we have
backfiring.
a big series where every rush, like, fails.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the games your opponent wins.
Yeah. If we had parting here, it's every rush wins. But yeah, every rush has basically backfired.
Wow. Maybe they should just turtle and play MacBook games.
This whole series has been a bunch of failed bank robberies.
Yeah.
They're crashing the getaway car as they're trying to leave. Now here comes the Widow Mine drop.
Oh, there's no detection
yet.
What?
You almost attacked that?
Okay, well that kills like 1 probe total, so definitely not too bad. The armory is out, so he has to wait for that observer.
Oh my god. I was about to say, where is the boost on this medevac? Now, I think he's debating, does he want to go in again? You know, the natural base is not exactly an easy place to drop into with a 1 hit point medevac, but he might go for it anyways. He's going to draw the stalkers down here.
Yeah, leaving just 1 probe here. Oh god.
Oh, dude.
That was ballsy to go in, but it works out.
Some serious gamer balls here. And now, I mean, it didn't do a lot of damage as far as killing probes, but it did hiccup mining. Keep in mind, Widow Mine drops. Sometimes they need a little bit of time to accumulate damage. Although I don't see on the minimap another drop inbound here, and it looks like it's probably going to be Zest's turn to try to be aggressive.
Yeah, and his army's looking pretty fearsome. We do have the command center all done here for Kier. He's sieging up. He has some Marines, but obviously he spent a lot of tech units early on. He had that barracks out on the map, so it's not like he has a lot here. I could see Zest with some good micro just killing him. Look how many stalkers he has. 13 stalkers against 9 Marines, 2 tanks.
More stalkers than Marines in a tank, for sure. He just comes in, one-shots the tank, juggles these stalkers in and out. Dude, what is actually in the main? He just dies, right?
Yeah, that's it. It's over. Another failed rush. GG. Tied up 2-2.
Well, at least we're even, man. Very short games tonight. We still don't know who's going to take it. Clearly, they're evenly matched. But yeah, what a funny theme for our finals so far is endless backfiring rushes.
Yeah. These guys loaded their muskets wrong, Tasteless.
Yeah, well, they pointed their muskets in the wrong direction, as I think.
Couple wily coyotes here.
It's just nothing but failed Acme props here.
They have no idea that the Roadrunner always wins.
Yeah, Roadrunner definitely the OP race. Coyote never getting enough love from Blizzard.
That's messed up.
Well, we've got plenty more games ahead tonight. But, yeah, can't believe how short this has been so far.
Yeah.
We're what? We've been live for a little bit under an hour. We're about to go to Game 5. Guys, short break. We'll be right back.
힘들어도
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지.
오늘이 보여.
새로운 나를 만든다.
나의 레벨은 다르다.
어나더 레벨
핫식스.
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 완벽하네. 칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
On the field to get some. On the real, we appear to get gone. Victory is ours, bring the chip home. Galactic, and I'm looking to get more. Raise it up, seen but you don't know. Running like the blood, pumping from the pressure of adrenaline rush. We crush whatever we touch. Where you been, y'all? Everyone know. You know what I'm saying? And if you still don't get it, let it chill for a minute. Time is money, trust me, man. I'm all business, and if you want something done, do yourself to get it finished. Wake up, victory's mine. On top, still on the grind. Gotta go get it right now. Holla at me with me. It's time. gon' make it. Show the world that I shine in our greatness. Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it. Taking off, flying high like a spaceship. Take control, take a shot, what you waiting for? Keep it real, never gon' fake this. Till we make it, till we make it.
Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live 2021 GSL Season 3.
We're back, and it's time to go into Game 5 in what has been a awesome GSL Finals done quick night so far. I mean, we're talking super short games. We really haven't gone into any late game at all.
No. We haven't hit 100 supply or anything.
A third base? What are you talking about? A what?
What? How would you get that if someone's on one base only?
Well, how are you going to get a third base when you're busy losing with your rush?
Yeah, I think have we
I'm
trying to think, like, have we had a total of 4 bases in the game yet between both players?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Get a third base. I can't do that when I'm losing all my Marines and tanks in my counterattack, you idiot. We're going to romanticize for Game 5. And, I don't know, man. Let's see if we get a long one. Let's see if somebody decides to cheese. Right now, one of these two players is going to win the GSL very soon. We don't know who. It's been a close night so far.
GSL Season 3 Codex.
These things that are shooting flames out of the stage, we didn't have that before, right? That's a new thing in the studio.
I mean,
Dragon Phoenix,
right? We've never had that in the studio.
I don't know, maybe. You know how many finals we've had? You want me to like go through them all in my brain? And try to figure that out?
But in this studio is what I'm saying, not in any final ever. I know that this is
Dragon Phoenix
certainly an esports prop is to have things.
Like, well, I don't know, Tastes, but someone had those somewhere before in the world.
I need some for my house, like when you come over to my place.
Yeah, you
and I'm like, just walk through this hall, and it's like,
your cats would not like that, Tasteless.
And I'm like, there's a chance this building burns down and I lose everything, but these are pretty cool.
It's pretty epic. That's what I would do if I was a billionaire, Tasteless. I'd send those ahead of me wherever I'm visiting.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
Have to be plugged in and waiting for me to get there.
I need those coming out of my the carpet from my private plane when I land. What are those called? The things that shoot the sparks into the ground. There's got to be a term for it.
I have no idea. Like a spark cannon?
That's actually not a bad name.
Yeah, that's what I would name it if I invented it.
I was going to call them esports flames, but
esports flames,
flamethrowers.
Yeah. That's cool.
So we had an immediate scout here from Zest.
Yeah, he's been liking that so far. You know, tells him if there's a proxy, anything like that. Gonna go ahead, get out of here. There's a Reaper on the way. At home, Zest does have his Nexus started. Oh, turns around. Wants another look.
Can't get enough, can he?
Can't. He's even going to know there's a Reaper when it kills his pro.
And for the first time, we see both
sides.
He's
not going to know.
Yeah. For all he knows, that's a Marine.
Reaper's like, where'd he go?
Damn. Got away. Now, this is the first game where they're both expanding. Doesn't mean we won't have some kind of timing attack from one of these two players on 2 bases. Let's keep in mind there's been a little bit of a shift in understanding of TVP in this season specifically. Throughout the entire year of 2021, most of this matchup has been Protoss basically outgrowing the Terran, getting enough splash damage to where the Terran can't win the game, at least in the Terran's theory, right? But that's changed quite a bit here with Cure beating up these Protosses and making fools out of them.
Yeah, well, he's been abusing them in the mid-game.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we actually get to the mid-game. And it looks like we're going to, because both of them are expanding, so we're going to have like a record number of workers in this game, so that's good. Twilight is on the way for Zest, so kind of getting back to a Blink opener here against a pretty standard Terran opener. Of course, CC is up on that high ground. Has not landed it yet, but as the Reaper gets this intel that it looks like Blink is on the way, I'm sure he'll go and land that right now.
And so, yeah, this is actually panning out like a meta PvT is on both sides, which I'm actually very excited to have. I know a lot of finals play is playing around the meta or leaning hard into it, like you know exactly how to handle it. But it looks like we're going to have a textbook modern 2021 PvT, and I really want to see how both sides handle it. I do want to remind everybody that Zest is not exactly known for standard PvT meta play.
Well, he normally invents a new meta. That's like how he goes when he's in good shape.
Yeah, that's correct. He's usually pushing the boundaries of the meta, so it'll be fun to see. You know, Trap's somebody who I think leans more into the meta itself and is like, you know,
yeah, for sure.
Look, I kind of know how to swat away every attack and eventually get ahead and dominate. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so this Widowmine drop trying to come out. Blink is very close to done right now, and as Blink finishes, obviously you can really outplay the medevac. Gonna chase it down. Yeah, Blink is ready.
Oh! He's gonna get it. He can't get away.
Ouch. There is like one mine out on the map, but yeah, look at that.
Yeah. What mine?
So that was very, very well done there by Zest, who's going to go across the map. He does have his observer now here as well.
That was a pretty catastrophic failure on the Terran's part. And I'm not saying like he's playing poorly, but you basically never lose the medevac and the widow mines like that at the start of a PvT in a competition. So this is a very unusual moment where Protoss can attack out here.
Yeah, and I like the blink up here, utilizing the depth for that.
Now with the bunker, just having one ring, you don't have to respect it, but I mean, he's going to have to try to fight back here, and this is going to be a lot of losses for the Terran. Protoss can blink away. Oh my God, he's out of range even. I don't know, I just decided that tank could hit everything in that area, but no.
No, I love the moves here from Zest. He's just being so annoying right now to Cure. He's going to shade that out. Probably blink out too, I guess.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
that
he
makes
takes that
sense.
tank while he blinks forward, snipes the tank, and auto turret comes down, so he has to be a little bit careful. Another tank comes up and sieges. He's going to have to blink out of here.
That was for the game where the tank won, my all in. It's the same tank from that game. He carries over.
Now, Zest, all right, he has his third Nexus up. He's adding a bunch of gates. Charge +1, Templar Archives getting into Storm.
Yeah, Stim is on the way here with +1 for Terran, but we're a ways out before Terran can really be active on the map. And take a look at this gateway explosion. That is scanned, very important moment. Because when you see all the gates making like that, you have a good sense of when they're going to have a much girthier army that you're going to have to fight with. So, I mean, good plays on both sides here, but you know, the question I think now is, does Terran want to just try to expand behind this and defend, or does Terran think there's an opportunity here? I would say with Stim a ways out, you're going to have to do the first plan.
Yeah, he doesn't have any attack timing coming up. Like, he saw the Chrono Boost of Templar Archives, and even if that had literally just started, he's not going to be able to hit before Psystorm's done. So I think the best course of action here for Cure, maybe light harassment or army movement while taking your third base and getting up into Ghosts, because I don't think that he has any opportunity against Psystorm to get a killing move. Like, he's not going to get a Nexus or something, you know? So Ghost Academy is on the way. That third command center is going to be finishing up relatively soon here. Stim Combat Shields +1. Here they come. And out goes that medevac. I think the rest of the unit's probably going to stay back defensively.
Think so.
Yeah, and if he can parry what Zest is about to do, and also get a decent drop-off to get a bit of damage,
I think he's back in this for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. He didn't actually move out with that medevac.
Yeah, he started to and turned around for a moment.
I thought he was already inbound on the map. I had to do a double take there. So, look, I don't think that if Protoss attacks in, it's going to be easy to win the game, but let's see what he's got planned. Keep in mind, he could blink into the main. He has a lot of Zealots here. He's going to be getting, I think, Archons. Yeah.
Yeah. Add an Archon in, you're going to have 4 Psystorms. That is a very scary.
Oh, dude, he's trying to hide it. Oh, this is... Oh, no, he sees the... Okay.
Yeah.
That's
the
so
sentry
funny.
was too slow, man.
Yeah, when you see the sentry, you're not like, that's strange. There's one sentry out. I wonder what he's doing.
Oh, it's the scouting sentry. I heard about this.
This way, his hallucinated Phoenix has more energy when it scouts my base.
Yeah. All right, enhanced shockwaves on the way. Second Forge coming up for Zest. He is roaming outside. But as Kira sits here very defensively, like, I don't think you actually want to attack in here. He's got a good Sim City.
No, this is a bad idea.
You shouldn't be able to break this.
Well, let's find out. Big storms over here, blanketing basically everything that Terran has, but more units push up here from the bottom of the screen. I think both me and Zest pretty surprised to see there was more than just that over there.
Yeah, what? See, this, it just logically, that doesn't make any sense.
You know what? It's Zest trying to do the most Zest thing ever, which is basically bludgeon you.
Yeah, he's like,
right
I have too many units.
Yeah.
It's like, you do have
You're
a lot
not
of
ready
units.
for this. And Kira's like, no, I'm fine.
In
I
Code
had a bunker and
okay.
Yeah.
You play someone in Code A, you're probably going to kill him with that. But here in the GSL finals against someone who beat the other two best PvTers, no. And like, what did that do? It didn't really do anything. Like, he got some storms off, he killed some units, but he lost his Prism, he lost 4 ghosts. That wasn't the move. That wasn't worth it. Zest is setting up his 4th base, getting into Colossi too, so it's not like he's dead.
No, it's
but
just,
the move just, it
just wasn't
he'd be in a much better position if he didn't do that.
It wasn't even like he bungled the attack. It's like he shouldn't have attacked at all.
Yeah.
It actually didn't make any sense.
The attack was always going to be bungled.
RTS
Nobody breaks that.
Oh my God! Big storms. What? 15 kills there? Wow.
I like that.
Funny.
Yeah, he gets the Archon out. That's a really good move. But yeah, very nice storm drop. Reducing that SCV count once again. Now, Kira's economy's not dead, but it is hurt a little bit. Colossus starting to join the fray. 2-2 is on the way here for Zest, as well as that DT Shrine.
Okay. He is actually, he's got to be careful. I don't know about that attack around here. The question now is, can Kira actually do any damage? Keep in mind that Protoss is not very pushable on this map. I shouldn't even say Protoss. Anybody on a 3rd base isn't that pushable. It looks like Terran might try to go down, but this is buying a lot of time right now for Zest to try to recover. And with the Colossi out, I don't know, man. Is he going to have enough? Let's find out.
Well, he has a lot of Zealots in here as well. Sends 1 forward.
Yeah, pretty bad EMP. Only hits about 4
Zealots.
I
think Zest should be able to hold this off.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good EMPs go down. Oh my God. The Colossi are not all here. The 4th one coming down now.
Dude.
Ooh. Very nice push here from Kira, but I think the Colossi are going to be enough to save the Nexus.
Well, if he might be able to just snipe the Nexus.
Maybe. He's losing a lot of units. Oh, he's not. Zest is not microing.
He's not being assertive enough to actually take that. And so that the 4th base goes down, making this 3 base versus 3 base. I think maybe there's more room here for Terran. If Protoss comes down the ramp, Terran can probably wrap around and hit those Colossi. Now, the 4th has been lost. I don't think you could push into the 3rd, but Kira says Kira thinks otherwise. Perhaps.
I don't think you can go up that hill at all. I mean, this is a lot of Colossi right now.
What if all your Archons died, Artosis? What then?
Well, there's still 4 Colossi, so I would still say turn around and go home, get some Vikings, and come back.
It's 123 supply to 154. So Terran in a pretty momentous lead.
Yeah. And again, I think a lot of this goes back to the failed attack that Zest did. Like, imagine if he had 4 to 8 Psy Storms trying to hold that. He barely lost the Nexus. If you take away the Prism that he threw away, then, I mean, that whole battle looks different. Now, he's not out. He's still producing Robo units. He's getting DT Blink. He's getting 3-3. So there's still a way for Zest to come back and win this game. But Kira has shown that he's very strong in these positions. And now that he has the advantage as we're going towards the end game, it's really good for him, obviously.
Now, the 4th base is going to be reclaimed. I think things quieted down. Basically, Kira won the fight and then pulls back and starts to macro up again, which is a sign of a good player. You know, a lot of people, when they start to win a fight, they just keep going. They keep trying to push the advantage. And, you know, if the side that gives up a base is playing correctly, a lot of times that's when they can fight back and the overextension actually occurs and the game equalizes. So good moves here by Kira, basically not wanting to overextend. And frankly, overextending has been a huge theme of, in tonight's games.
Yes, it
more
certainly has been.
overextensions in a finals than I think we've had in a long time. I can't remember a finals that we've had that's
well,
like
it both seems like they're both confident that they can kill each other, and it's like, well, we see that every time someone's attacking and it's not working. They're both defending too well against these moves. Now, Zest has made a lot of DTs, but Cure, lots of blink DTs, I think, become very strong when Terrans spread out on the map a bit more, because you hit kind of like edge bases where they don't have a lot of units. Like a lot of times we'll see, 12, 15 DTs blink onto a planetary and just kill it. Here, 8 blink DTs against a turtled 3-base Terran. If he tries to do anything with them, he's just going to lose them. He has to wait for, at minimum, Kier to leave, but more likely, Kier to get another base.
Kier's been so patient here, maxing out.
Yeah.
And, even the 4th base, that the one that Zest has here, it's not that easy to attack into.
No, it's not. And especially since Zest is maxing out as well, he's going to have 3-3, so he's going to be up a couple of upgrades here for quite a while. Prism coming back, he has those DTs. Observers being made. It's a really strong army on both sides. Looks like we are going to get into Liberators here for Cure, which is really good to see. Ooh, a lot of damage put down on that CC. Not going to be able to kill it, though.
So the command center's at half health. I don't think it's going to get much further than that. Hey, where are those DTs? Are they at the top right?
They are coming down for a flank
Okay,
right
here
now.
they are. I couldn't figure out which spot they were in.
Oh, they
so
walk into some mines. Yeah, the blink in. Very interesting. Gets on top of this army, but the scan was already there. The turret was already there. And now the Viking's going to kill every single Colossi.
I'm not sure where this game ends up now, because he did push in and do a lot of damage, but these Immortals can't run away.
Yeah,
and this
Zealot's
is like,
coming in for the flank.
when you lose every Robo unit you spent the entire game building up in, where does that put you? I think Terran can recover very nicely. In fact, Terran's already ahead. Look at 91 to 133 supply.
No, Zest is pretty dead. He's pretty dead. I think he's doing a lot of needless attacks. That first attack, still, he should be kicking himself over that. And now this kind of weird, DTs blink in while they can be seen for the flanking move, and he lost 4 Colossi and 8 Immortals. That takes a very long time to remake. His supply is very, very low right now. He's trying to take another Nexus. It's too bad, because I feel like Zest is getting himself into beautiful positions and then not playing them correctly.
It's funny, man. We've always talked about how Zest is really good at innovating and being a time and attack player, but there is something to be said about people that try to play to their strengths and try to play around what they're not that good at. And we're kind of seeing why Zest doesn't usually play a lot of these long macro games. He's basically hitting in moments that don't seem to make a lot of sense. He's losing. He's getting into a good spot and then losing that advantage pretty hugely, and then getting into an advantage again. It's so different from Trap, for instance, who Trap is perfect at doing that dance, at hitting every beat of the build and reacting to every move that his opponent does with grace, and defending and deflecting, and then getting into an insurmountable lead. Where you can see Zest, it's very clunky. He gets into a lead and then he tries to force something. And that has always been the story of Zest, and it's why he's actually had so much success and been one of the greatest Protoss players. But here we are flowing into a macro game, and you can see he's trying to make things happen, and it's not paying off.
Yeah, and the thing is, one of the ways to make things happen in PvT is to just continue to build the power of your army, right? If we have High Templars, Colossi, 8 Immortals, that's an army that's not so easy to deal with, This Liberator really being annoying in this location. 4 Liberators at a time being produced. He's definitely going to have to get a Stargate out. Throw a Void Ray over there or something. Now, Zest has remaxed out. He still has good upgrades. He's getting +2 plasma shields even right now, so some good stuff. This is like a gateway army now with some Colossi in it. So it's like an okay army, and it's good at roaming, but it's not good for just a frontal attack. I think you can poke with Colossi, but to just to kind of attack in with this army, I think it's not really the way to do it. Now he's bringing up some disruptors. The disruptors definitely add a lot to this.
Woo! You know, the Liberators make just enough of a no man's land for the Protoss that it's hard. Yeah, you can't really chip away at anything with those disruptors. Oh, bad overextension there by Zest.
Yeah, just trying to make things happen here once again. Still adding a lot of disruptors in.
Despite some of the missteps here from Zest, I do want to point out he has more of the map.
Yeah.
He is still playing that part of the Protoss role pretty effectively. He's filled in all of the bottom. I think the top right is also, he's at liberty of taking that as well if he wants.
Yeah, keeping up a base, so that is important. He's up in workers slightly, so his economy is still doing all right, but he is being just a little bit wasteful with everything. I like the army that's being built by here, and while the disruptors are a really good add in this late game,
yeah,
I think that you can play against them pretty well with the amount of Liberators that we see popping out, you know? I'm not sure exactly how many Liberators he has right now. I want to say it's 6 or 8. That's pretty solid.
Okay, he's going to come up here through the top. And, I mean, is this going to work? I don't know. Is this going to be another Zest moment here? There's a lot of disruptors, and I don't see any Liberators over here to interfere with the ground movement. Here they come now.
Yeah, that's a lot of liberation zones being set. He has to pull back out of there. But here's some food for thought. That base barely even has minerals left. I don't think it's that valuable of a location.
No, it's a bad location to try to attack into. You can see Terran is actually just filling in the other expansions in the middle and left part of the map. Oh, no!
And he loses a Nexus during all of this. I think definitely for this game, the decision-making has just destroyed Zest.
Well, you can see that Kier is a much more competent player in a macro late game. And look, guys, I mean, go back and think of all the games you've seen of Zest. You don't see a lot that lasts this long.
Yeah, normally people die to that attack he did on Kier's
Normally
natural.
Zest goes, you're not ready.
Yeah. I have too many units.
It's called glaives.
But, and the thing is, he keeps getting great armies, and he kept his economy really going for quite some time, but he's like, keeps trying to make something happen. And that's like what Kier wants. Kier's just sitting here turtling, killing armies. That, like, Zest gave that game to Kier like 4 times.
Yeah, well, we saw, how do I say this? The blunders continue in this finals, man. It's been a really interesting finals. Like, Zest gets into a spot, and you can see he's like, now I'm going to break you in half like I'm karate chopping a board of wood. And then it's like, dude, he's on 2 base. He has a bunker.
He's literally sitting there turtled. He has a wall. Like, his army is pre-spread.
If Protoss can beat Terran like that, this game needs to be patched immediately. And the thing is, you look at it, it's like, I know that he's done this before, but sometimes you got to just play normal and basically expand and take games. And that big attack with the Colossi, and he lost everything and the Immortals.
And 8 Immortals.
And was knocked back into the Stone Age and had to go Disruptors.
Still remaxed with a good army, and then kept attacking in with that too.
If Kier wins one more time, he's the champion of Season 3, the 2021 GSL. Zest needs to come back and either get better long macro games or do those Zest timing attacks that work. Because right now, Kier is up 3-2 in this GSL Finals.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Okay. Such an important game. Match point, championship point for Kier here.
Oh, dude, is he going to do the Marauder build again?
It's possible.
Oh, never mind, never mind. He's sending the SCV in.
Just the offensive eBay. Now, it's kind of crazy because I feel like Zest is getting himself into positions where, like, if he could hand the controls off to someone else making the decisions, or if someone else can just tell him, like, no, don't attack. You know, he's going to be in a great spot. Just barely. It's that SC off there, but it seems like his early game and his early mid game is doing much better than Traps and Harding's were against Kier. But then Kier is like not overextended. He's literally just sitting there and Zest is feeding him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing too, is like, by the way, if Kier wins this, he's solved this matchup. He's beaten like every top Protoss
That is
pro.
the most impressive TVP run ever.
I mean, this is like the three extremely different
Honestly,
Protoss players.
Tasteless,
This is like
it's already the best. Even if he loses from here, it's the best TVP run ever. Parting Trap Zest, yeah.
This is like
you don't get better than that.
Legend of Zelda, where he's got to go get each part of the Triforce and fight a different Protoss. He's like, well, this is the Fire Protoss, and this is the Ice Protoss.
Yeah, you didn't know that
and
there
this
were
is the
three
Poison
cannons.
Protoss, and we're running out of different, you know, abilities. This one's the Shadow Protoss. Figure out what that means.
This is the Protoss of Wisdom. I'm like, no, it's not. The Triforce.
Like, this Protoss controls all the bees. It's like, okay, we should have stopped at Fire and Ice, but okay.
All right, so Zest did just skip the eBay block and make his Nexus over here, which sometimes when that happens, we just see Terran like make a bunch of Hellions and go kill probes, right? Like things like that. That's not going to be the case this time, of course. Adding some more barracks. Of course, he cannot see that up there. Seems like we'll probably have a pretty strong dedicated attack. Now, don't forget that the third base does not cover the main. So if you walk up in that general direction, you get to choose. Do you attack, well, his expansion or his main base? So when he brings his large amount of bio out, that's a very difficult choice. Like, where do you build your shield batteries? Normally you just build some at your natural and block the attack. Here, that's not going to be doable. Damn, Reapers.
So he should be able to... Oh, I'm sorry. That actually blocks. I didn't realize. So he takes out the two Reapers. And he's going to quietly send the command center over here and continue to power up. Now, with 3 racks, there should be a pretty strong push coming in a little bit here. Keep in mind the eBay sets up to have the Protoss with an expansion that's further out. So it's an easier nail to hammer in.
Yeah, for sure.
With that Terran army.
And Zest is going to try to pressure here. And I think he needs to. If he doesn't stay really active with his units, I think Kier is going to gain a huge advantage with this build. Coming up here once again. Concussive is actually about to finish, so this will get very costly for Zest very quickly if he remains. Turret going down in case of ETs.
Okay, these adepts coming up. And I don't know. I'm ready to see how this Terran attack's going to work out.
Love the Immortal being made.
Yeah, the Immortal's going to be extremely important. It needs to be well positioned here.
And he just needs to, like, basically produce nonstop here, I would say.
And we don't really know what Zest's plans are right now. It seems like he's still very much so in development. And I think Zest is probably cognizant of the fact that this is probably a setup for a timing attack from the Terran with the eBay out like that. You know, all these things, every move you do is supposed to be connected into one big idea. And sometimes that idea changes in a game because, you know, things happen that are unexpected. But I think right now Zest is probably anticipating something from the Terran. But he's getting a War Prism here.
Interesting.
Now, the War Prism doesn't always mean attack, although generally it does. You can use that to try to micro. You know, for instance, with the one Immortal, try to pick that up and pull that away, since the Immortal is basically the backbone of the defense.
Sure, yeah.
But let's see if he does decide to come out and attack. I think it would be unwise to attack into the 2-base Terran, but Well, I mean, here we go.
It certainly would be, because he's not even starting another command center. He added 2 more racks. So this is 5 racks on 2 base.
And this is basically Zest trying to timing attack a player who's setting up a timing attack later on.
Yeah, Cure is getting as many units as quickly as you can for Terran on 2 base. Like, there isn't a build where he's going to really get too much more than this. Okay, Blink forward here, picking off some very valuable units. Looks like Cure gets caught off guard with his move out a little bit, not expecting this. That is a lot of units now. Comes forward with that Immortal, with the Adepts, and he is going to power that bunker down.
Yeah, he takes the bunker down. Now the Warp Prism continuing to juggle. The SCVs were pulled, but now have to flee the natural expansion. And a recall. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there was this attack coming in over here.
Yeah, what a tricky maneuver here from Cure, but now we realize why he didn't have enough to hold this off. Back at home, this will get held as well, and it seems like Zest has dealt with the situation very well.
This game may be almost over. That was 2 big victories. Wiping out a huge amount of the army and the workers in the natural, and then shutting down. I mean, I'm talking about slamming that counterattack. And now he's just going to come right back in, Act 2 of the aggression.
Yeah. Now, Zest doesn't have like a lot of follow-up right now. We don't have any splash damage prepared. We don't have any upgrades prepared, so he should be looking to do a lot more damage.
Oh my god, the arc is sick.
Yeah, doing a pretty good job. That bunker does finish up, trying to target down. Can't quite get it.
Big repairs there on the bunker. I think that could have gone south for Terran had that bunker not finished in time. But we're far from over with this rush. He's going to warp in some more stalkers. And I don't know what the number is when all the bunker's almost completely surrounded, but there is a number where you can just delete that bunker.
Yeah.
You could basically just...
Well, now with the tank out and the amount of bio, this is going to swing over towards Cure now.
Yeah,
Cure is getting a bigger army. He has Stim. He's going to have, he's got +1 against no upgrades whatsoever. Charge just started. A 3rd Nexus is on the way here for Zest. If he blinks up there, that's going to be the worst thing he ever did. It's going to cost him a GSL title.
Yeah.
He's like, he's going to have to get on the defense relatively soon here.
And Zest really needs to identify that it's time to chill out. It looks like he's still trying to take a fight. And this is the thing about Zest, is his playstyle can sometimes act as a double-edged sword. You know, his greatest strength can truly be his greatest weakness if you have somebody like Cure who can basically box away the Protoss.
Yeah. Now, Cure's starting to move out. He is way up in supply. Zest, he needs to do something to stall this out. The Prism is his choice. Oh, God, he's going to lose the Prism.
And he's going to lose the Immortal because of that.
Yeah, I think this game is just about over. He doesn't have many options left right now.
Yeah, and again, it's, Zest, he's so good at just fighting and basically overpowering people. But what happens when you have somebody like Cure who's so good at defending that he starts to then swing the game into his advantage?
Well, Zest just keeps attacking a turtling Cure, and then Cure counterattacks.
Right.
That's like that's that. So definitely a little bit rough. Pulls back right now, forces the siege. Can he get enough units together to hold on here? This army is really big and really scary.
Okay, it's paramount that Zest survives this attack. Keep in mind the Robo is going to be wiped out, and that means no more Immortals, no more Colossi, no more Warp Prisms.
Oh God, he's bleeding off Zealots. You can't be bleeding off Zealots right now. Comes up with the Guardian Shield, and the rest of the army deciding now is the time. Blinks forward, gets rid of the tank, but the army looks to be too strong here for Cure. Is he going to win his first GSL? It is looking that way.
It's it. Cure takes it. The unsuspecting Terran player has overcome every Protoss in the GSL, come out on top, and he is the Season 3 GSL champion.
Very well played here tonight. Absorbed everything Zest did and then counterpunched for victory. Beautifully done here by Cure. And yeah, that's it for Zest. Unfortunately, won't win that 3rd championship, but for Cure, it's such an important moment. His pro gaming career has been almost 10 years long, and he's winning his first championship here tonight.
Unreal. What a series this was. And you know what? Zest looked amazing. He had some very impressive prep, some really cool ideas, but Cure was the full picture. He had the timing attacks, he knew how to defend, and he let Zest overextend, and then he punishes.
Yeah.
Cure has been in the GSL for a decade. and his dream has finally been realized. And what a path to go through every top Protoss that we have, all the different play styles in a matchup that is known to be oftentimes very tough for Terran.
Yeah, that is an amazing feat by Kier. Let's go to an interview with her champion.
Let's.
Sure, after 10 years of challenge in GSL, you now are the GSL champion. It's been a long time, sure. It's been 10 years. And this season, I'm sure nobody expected you to lift this trophy. But after defeating previous GSL champion Zest, now you lift the GSL trophy after 10 years. How do you feel?
항상 우승하는 거를 다른 선수가 우승하는 걸
I always got to witness other players lifting the trophy.
저는 우승이라고는 거리가 먼.
And as for me, I thought I was a player who was far from the GSL victory.
열심히 해서 우승하니까.
But this time, practicing so hard and obtaining this trophy, it just feels like a dream right now.
항상 이 우승은 뭔가 좀 우승자든 타고 나는 것이다.
And so far, it felt like GSL champions were made from their birth, not through effort. But sure, it took you a long time to achieve this feat after becoming runner-up last year. And now defeating all the top pro players, now you become the GSL champion. So what was the motivation, Cure?
혼자서 연습하다가
recently I practiced alone, and then I spent some time with my family. And spending time with my family, I think it helped me provide the motivation and help me get better at this game. Secure, I'm sure there are lots of people who you wanna pay your thanks to. And I'm sure all your fans are cheering for you right now online. And a lot of the fans, they really wanted you to lift the trophy. And your family members, I'm sure are really rejoiced right now. So what do you want to say? Well, so far, I was not able to have good results. But today, everything feels like a dream right now. And I'm really thankful to my fans for supporting me as always. And this GSL victory would not have been achieved without the help from my players. I want to thank Sound, I want to thank Byeon for helping me.
드디어 우승을 좀 차지하게 됐거든요. 그리고 이제 IEM 월드 챔피언십도 지켜내게 됐고요.
Secure, you will be entering the IEM World Championship, which will be carried out very soon.
스타트에서 GSL에서 인정받고 강력한 선수가 되기 위해서는
And sure, in order to become the best in GSL, perseverance, effort is necessary. And you have been able to escalate your online performance into offline performance.
팬분들에게 김도욱 선수가 어떤 선수로 자리매김할 건지 어떤 걸 보여주고 싶은
And sure, what kind of player do you want to remain as to your fans?
다른 커리어 높은 선수들에 비하면은 우승을 좀 늦게.
I mean, compared to the players who have a really good career, this has been very late for me. But from now on, till I can play this game, I'm gonna try to play better and better. And Cure, in your future, I hope you put the performance that you put on today. Once again, congratulations, Cure. Thank you.
이렇게 이번 결승전 경기가 모두 마무리가 됐습니다. 김도욱 선수의 걸어온 길은요, 엄청난 길이었습니다. 랭킹 1위.
All right, do we? I don't know if we do a loser interview or not. I don't know what the. We're gonna go.
All
right, no loser interview.
Yeah, so a very touching moment here for Kier, having won after such a long time, being in so many other Terran's shadows. We've had some great champions. The Four Horsemen had cast a long shadow indeed, and Kier has finally stepped out from behind and, in fact, in front of it, being the champion here in Season 3.
It really shows that the story of StarCraft is evolving and changing. Congrats again to Kier.
Mr. Che going to come out for the prize award ceremony. First, we should be giving Zest his prize. The 4th GSL Finals for Zest. That is the record for Protoss players. So he's tied on the record for championships and has his own record here for overall finals. An amazing showing this season by Zest, just coming up a little bit short here against Kier.
Yeah, this is I don't know, man, this has been a great season. What a story. What
This was an excellent season.
This was like a kind of a parallel universe GSL, right? We never normally have two unexpected guys in the finals. Props to Zest. He's going to take home about 10 grand.
More exactly.
And we're putting it in, we're putting it in dollars now. And it's no longer like Squid Game where it's like, how much is $1 million won? For people that don't live here, it's like, is that a lot? Is that a little? I don't know.
Well, Zest should be happy with himself. It was a great performance here. It's great to see him back up towards the top of the world once again. It's been a few years since he's had such a great result.
And now, we're going to give Kier his check, his flowers, and his trophy. As he will finally get to hold that trophy and realize he has survived our GSL Squid Game.
Indeed, he is the overall winner here. And you know, he really did play so well. Like, really, I think, really great fundamentals overall. I mean, we did see some really teched out cheeses and stuff, some of which worked, some of which did not.
Which, of course, is welcome. Yeah.
But I think fundamentally, the way that he played, the amount of UNC mass was really well done.
We have the CEO now, Kevin, of Africa TV. He's going to share some words with us as we close out Season 3, 2021 of the GSL Codas.
So Kevin, you got to watch the match today. How do you feel? Well, Cure lifted up this first GSL trophy. It's been 10 years for him. And if Zest won, this would have been another incredible achievement as well. So, you know, the two players tried really hard today. And I'm really thankful to the StarCraft 2 fans for supporting GSL this year. It's been a special year. There was a lot of hardship concerning COVID-19, but we were able to continue the GSL throughout the year. And this is not the end yet for the GSL this year. We have the Super Tournament remaining. So I hope you guys look forward to the Super Tournament as well. And look forward to the players' magnificent performance as well. Once again, congratulations. Thank you.
All right. Some great news for you guys. Next month we will be having that Super Tournament. We'll announce the dates at a later time.
We don't know the dates yet, but as soon as we do know them, we'll let you know. And now we're going to bring out our champion to close out our show. Here again, truly a story of perseverance, of hard work, of never giving up. And, you know, not everybody becomes, you know, you can't be the best sometimes right away. Sometimes it takes people a long, long time to achieve their dreams where others get it right away. But it only makes it feel that much better.
Yeah, the type of perseverance that he has shown over the years to finally win a championship now. I mean, that actually means something over the course of your life, what you've done. You know, you play this game for years and years, get to pro gamer level, and then almost 10 years later, you finally win a championship. And that's like, well, he really did not give up, did he? The speed with which people give things up, hard things like this, it's hats off to Kier. A well-deserved championship.
Yep.
And it's not easy. You know, you sit here and you watch Maru, who started playing as a little tiny kid, and then he just wins like 4 in a row by proxying people, and that's amazing, and he's super talented. This is a very different type of victory, and in fact, in a lot of ways, I'm kind of enjoying this one more for him.
No, I think everybody who's watching could appreciate this one more. is he with every other great player in the tournament, he's the guy that finally overcame.
Yeah. And will he win another one? Who knows?
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a hell of a year of GSL, and again, it's too bad we couldn't have you guys in the studio, but I'm pretty confident that we are on the track, not just here in Korea, but around the world, of slowly getting back to normal.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the case. We'd love to see you guys next year for that. And, of course, as it just showed on the screen and we mentioned before, in November, we are going to be having the Super Tournament. So that's going to be our last GSL of the year. Of course, right now we still have ASL going on. Group C just got uploaded to this same YouTube channel, so definitely check that out for ASL, the Brood War
That's right. So if you're not done watching StarCraft, you're still jonesing for some more RTS action, you can check out Group C of ASL. Group D will be uploaded very soon as well. As it's been a hell of a year, man.
It has. It has. A really great season to close it out on. I'm super happy to see Cure win it, honestly. Like, what a story that is amongst all these other people that just win GSL after GSL after huge tournament after huge tournament. To have Cure finally get that big victory on his home soil, the tournament he's been playing in for like 7 years. Amazingly done, and congrats to him again.
Guys, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. We will see you at the Super Tournament. Good night.